very good afternoon to you, everyone. Hi, my name is Pastor Charles Williams. Thank you so very much for being here with us on today's broadcast on the Amber Today Show. I'm your host, Pastor Charles Williams, and we've got a powerful broadcast lined up here for you today. Trust and pray that we will say something that will that will help jar your memory, and to maybe you might be the person that can help crack some of these cases that we've got here before us. Okay, you just may be the person. Okay, so again, thank you for joining us. As you know, whenever we come together, we always start out by doing the daily rundown of active Amber Alerts that are outstanding, and encouraging anyone that has any information to please call the following numbers associated with that particular Amber Alert. Okay, so here we go. YouTube version. Amber Today starts right now. Okay, our first child that is missing is twin brothers. I mean, they're brothers. Jonathan Coronado and Victor Coronado. They're not twins, okay? Jonathan Coronado and Victor Coronado, both missing out of Phoenix, Arizona. There's been no movement on that case at all over the weekend, okay? But again, authorities said if you have any information, you're please been asked to call area code 602-262-6151. That's 202-262-6151. That's for Jonathan or Victor Coronado out of Phoenix, Arizona. The next one, the second case that is still outstanding, is this heartbreaking case out of Lumberton, North Carolina, for 13-year-old Hanya Aguilar, still missing. Today marks 1 week that Hanya would have been missing. That Hanya has been missing. This morning marks the 1 week period that she has been missing, and we need your help in finding her. Anyone having any information concerning the whereabouts of 13-year-old Hanya Aguilar, you're being asked to call area code 910-671-3845. We're going to dive more into that case a little later in the broadcast. 13-year-old. The next case is another 13-year-old out of Barron, Wisconsin. 13-year-old Jamie Kloss, still missing now, almost a month and 3 weeks. Jamie's still missing. Okay, she's missing since October the 15th, so not quite a month yet. I'm sorry, but she is still missing, and authorities need our help in finding Jamie. No movement on this has happened over the weekend, and again, best we can do right now is to keep her face and keep her image out there, and to keep her story out there, out of Barron, Wisconsin. The number to call if you have any information concerning the whereabouts. 13-year-old Jamie Kloss, you're being asked to call area code 855-744-3879. That's 855-744-3879. We're going to dive into all of those Amber Alerts, all of those cases here in just a moment. But again, we just wanted to, let me see if here's Jamie, okay? Again, this is Jamie Kloss out of Barron, Wisconsin. Anyone having any information concerning this case out of Barron, Wisconsin, for 13-year-old Jamie Kloss, whose parents were killed in a home invasion while Jamie was there. They abducted Jamie, and we haven't heard anything since, despite searches and national news media attention. Okay, no one has seen or heard from 13-year-old Jamie Kloss. That number to call again, 1-855-744-3879. And again, that case out of North Carolina, 13-year-old Hanya Aguilar, out of Lumberton, North Carolina. Here she is here. Hope to have some new images of her. I did see some the other day. I forgot to pull them down. But again, this is the image that authorities want everybody to see right now. 13-year-old Hania Aguilar out of Lumberton, North Carolina. If you have any information concerning Hania, she's been missing now for a week. The number to call is area code 910-671-3845. That's 910-671-3845. And again, that case out of Phoenix, Arizona for Jonathan Coronado and Victor Coronado. Jonathan Coronado and Victor Coronado, abducted out of Phoenix, Arizona. You're being asked to call area code 602-262-6151. That's 202. I'm sorry, that's 602-262-6151. When we come back, we're going to dive straight into this Amber Alert that was issued on yesterday for 3-year-old Destiny Borkins. You're going to want to stay with us to learn more about the details on that case. Heart-wrenching, but for the grace of God, that little girl is still with us on this day. That's coming up next, right here on the Amber Today Show. We'll be back. We'll be back after this very important and enlightening message. We'll be back. You're watching the Amber Today Show.
From Central Ohio's news leader, presented in high definition, this is 10 TV News HD.
Every minute in the U.S., a child is reported missing. And since 1996, the nationwide Amber Alert system has been helping to find them. A pastor who helped come up with that idea now lives here in Columbus, and he's determined that no more kids are missing for long. After the morning service at the First Church of God, there was no doubt about the message of the day.
33% of all children missing in America today are African Americans.
Pastor Charles Williams reminding parishioners of the importance of the Amber Alert. He gives Robin Mann's daughters bracelets.
One of the ways is the community can know where my children are in case something would happen. And I'm glad that we have that system here in Columbus.
We don't just have the Amber Alert system. We have the guy who thought it up.
In this particular industry, time is of the essence. Okay, you're looking at a mile a minute.
Pastor Williams lived in Dallas when 9-year-old Amber Hagerman was abducted. He called a local radio station suggesting they broadcast a missing persons report, and the Amber Alert was born.
Just a simple keychain you can take, and it flips open.
Now through his website, he offers promotional Amber Alert items, from bracelets to lanyards to backpacks to keychains that hold pictures of your kids.
Keep the awareness heightened in the community. Don't let it die out. When you hear of an Amber Alert, take that few seconds to just stop, look around, and see if something doesn't look right. Chances are, if something doesn't look right, it's probably not right.
Technology has helped to upgrade the ways we see Amber Alerts around Ohio. You may have seen these lighted signs. They show you not only the information, but also images of missing children, and they've been installed in Columbus and other cities around the state. You can also sign up now to get Amber Alerts sent directly to you wirelessly. They'll be sent via text messages to your cell phone or any other wireless device.
Okay, coming up next, that case out of North Carolina for a 3-year-old girl that was resolved on yesterday. When we come back. so very much for being here with us on today's edition of the Amber Today Show. Thank you so very much for being here and for riding along with us here in this segment. On yesterday, a lot happened. I mean, a whole lot happened yesterday, and it all centered around this 3-year-old girl, 3-year-old Destiny Boykins. Early in the morning the other day, as the report states that the father of this 3-year-old broke into the mother's home, took the child. First of all, broke into the mother's home, assaulted the mother, took the child, bolted with the child. An Amber Alert was issued shortly thereafter. They found the first vehicle that was wanted in connection with the Amber Alert, but then the suspect, again, who is the child's father, stole a relative's vehicle and continued fleeing with this child. No car seat for the child, no nothing for the child. Just child, the car, and suspect. Well, the good news is that late yesterday afternoon, authorities spotted that second vehicle that had been stolen with the child and the suspect in it. And the vehicle crashed out with the child and the suspect in it. The crash was so impactful and was so severe that others that were hit in concert with that accident, several people were injured. And but the suspect, who was drunk at the time, who caused significant bodily harm to others, got out of the car without a scratch. The child that was the subject of the Amber Alert, she was in the front seat of the car, was in the front passenger seat of the car, not strapped in to a seat belt, not strapped into a car seat rather, but was strapped into just a marginal seat belt. That child made it out without a scratch on her. To share with you some of the footage that we have from that accident scene, and you'll see what I'm talking about. This is some of the footage right here. This is some of the live footage from the crash scene, where authorities rescued 3-year-old Destiny Boykins, who was the subject of this Amber Alert, out of Gastonia, North Carolina. Again, that's the vehicle that others were in that was involved with this accident. And that's the vehicle, the first vehicle closest to the bottom of the screen. This is the vehicle right here. This vehicle right here. This is the vehicle that the subject and the suspect of the Amber Alert were in. Again, both the child and the suspect emerged where the child was rescued from the vehicle unharmed. The suspect was taken from the vehicle uninjured. But the other vehicle that was hit, multiple people were injured in that vehicle. All because somebody decided to drive drunk and avoid being arrested by the officers. We have another video clip of that news account. This is from the news source there in North Carolina that covered this horrific traffic incident and brought to an end to the search for this 3-year-old Destiny Boykins out of Gastonia, North Carolina, who was the subject of an Amber Alert on yesterday. Here we go.
Tonight, a mother reunited with her daughter after an early morning Amber Alert. The Gastonia Police Department says 3-year-old Destiny Boykins was abducted from an apartment in Gastonia. Police believe her father, 57-year-old Maurice Knox, allegedly abducted her, drove away in a black 2012 Honda Accord. That Honda Accord found abandoned on I-77 near Westinghouse Boulevard later in the morning. Now, soon after that, police started chasing a different car they believe Knox was driving before it crashed, you see here, near Remount Road and I-77. That's when Destiny was reunited with her mother, Knox, taken into custody. Police say Knox was impaired at the time of that crash. We know several other people involved in that accident were also injured. Tonight, WBTV's Anne-Marie Haggerty has new information.
Many of us woke up this morning to Amber Alerts on our phones about a 3-year-old being taken from her Gaston County home. In the day that has followed, there have been a lot of development agencies from all across the state pitching in to try and find this little girl.
I saw the building number is the one that I live in. I was like, what's going on?
Angel Mercado woke up this morning to the news of an abduction at an address near his own home. 3-year-old Destiny Boykins was taken from her home by her father, 57-year-old Maurice Knox, and an Amber Alert went out to help find her. U.S. Marshals were called in to help Gaston police last night after Knox left Gastonia headed for Charlotte in a black Honda Accord. Then, Marshals tell me he carjacked a relative's brown Nissan. That Nissan ended up crashed with 2 other vehicles at the intersection of I-77 and Remount Road this afternoon. When officers approached the stolen car, they found Knox unconscious in the driver's seat. We learned tonight that he was driving while impaired. Meanwhile, 3-year-old Destiny was in the passenger seat, strapped in but without a car seat. Marshals say they were amazed that she made it out alive.
I got 2 kids. You know, I was thinking about if that happened to me, I will be like, oh, crazy. I mean, you never know if that's going to happen to you one day.
Knox now has a long list of charges against him, and police are still looking into how exactly this happened. They're investigating how Destiny was abducted from her home, and all of the events of today transpired. We're following this and are going to bring the latest both on the air and online. Reporting in Gastonia, Anne-Marie Haggerty, WBTV News, on your side.
And like Anne-Marie mentioned, Knox now facing a slew of charges here in Mecklenburg County. That includes 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, 2 counts of felony child neglect, among other charges. He's also facing a whole lot of charges in Gaston County. One of those includes kidnapping. And we did some digging here, and we found some things in Maurice Knox's past. He was arrested 4 times in 2017 in Mecklenburg County for things like protective order violations, communicating threats, felonious restraint, and unauthorized use of motor vehicles. And then in Gaston County, Knox arrested last month for violating a domestic violence protection order. For complete coverage on this story, as well as on any...
Okay, so that's the latest from Gastonia, North Carolina, as it relates to that particular Amber Alert out of that for 3-year-old Destiny Boykins. When we come back, we're going to talk about another Amber Alert that was successfully resolved out of Tennessee. That's coming up next, right here on the Amber Today Show. But first, another enlightening moment from the Amber Today Show.
Live from the NBC4 studios in high definition, this is NBC4 at 11.
Plus, thousands of children disappear every year. NBC4 talks to the founder of Amber Alert about how you can protect your child. The National Center for Missing and Exploited Children says an average of nearly 2,200 children are reported missing every day. This is year 10 for Amber Alerts, and in 350 cases, Amber Alerts help to bring children home. Today is National Amber Alert Awareness Day. Our Lauren Dietrich shows us how one community is reminding parents and children about stranger safety.
She was screaming that someone had stolen her car and that her child was in the back of the car.
In November, an Amber Alert was issued for this little boy, a child caught in the middle of a crime as his mother, delivering newspapers in Dublin, had her car stolen. He was still in the back seat. The child was rescued. Many others have not been as lucky. And it's those stories that have dozens of parents standing in line here at First Church of God this morning on Columbus's southeast side.
You got 5 of them? There you go. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5.
Learning about stranger danger from the man credited with the concept of the Amber Alert system.
We're just here to raise the awareness of the alert by simply giving out all this product to people for them to know that, okay, whenever you hear it, there's something you're supposed to do.
One of the items being handed out today is this keychain. You're supposed to put your child's picture on the front and then list their important information on the back. So it's very, very important for us to protect her.
Rondalyn Morrow is here with her daughter, Sydney. She tells NBC4 keeping her 5-year-old safe is always on her mind.
AmberFounder.com.
Hoping that lessons like these about strangers will keep Sydney from knowing what an Amber Alert truly means. Lauren Dietrich, NBC4.
Thank you, Lauren. When we come back, we will, let's see, make sure we're done here. We're done? Yeah. Okay, so when we come back, we will check out this Amber Alert that was resolved successfully out of Tennessee. That's coming up next, right here on the Amber News Network, the Amber Today Show on the Amber News Network. We're back. Thank you so very much for being here with us on today. It really is a good day. It really is. It's a good day, and we are just glad. And, you know, as I've been told before, that anytime you can be above ground, it's a good day. Okay, so regardless of what you're going through, it's still a good day. Listen, in this segment, we're going to talk about a case where a 17-year-old girl goes missing. Okay, this started out as a missing persons case, and then on Friday it was elevated to an Amber Alert when they learned that this child who was missing may be in the company of a 31-year-old male adult. And you know what? They were right. They were right for upgrading that missing child's case to an Amber Alert, as 17-year-old Haley Brandenburg of Tennessee was found with a 31-year-old man in Henry County, Georgia. Okay? Henry County, Georgia. Official says that she was found unharmed, but and we've got a clip from the sheriff's department on this case as well. Let's hear what the issuing agency for that Amber Alert out of Tennessee had to say in connection with the child being found. You're watching the Amber Today Show.
Haley was located, picked up in Henry County, Georgia, along with a male subject that she was with. I'd like to thank everyone that called in, the Fines line, the help, and all the agencies. Yes, about 10:42 a.m. this morning, we were alerted that Henry County officer had stopped and located Amber Alert subjects there in Henry County, Georgia. They were taken to the PD, and at this time it's an ongoing investigation. We're looking forward to get the young lady back home to her family.
What happens next?
The investigation will continue into the facts leading to her leaving the area with this gentleman and see what has occurred.
Okay, so that investigation continues. Again, that's out of Tennessee. And again, she has been found, and she has been found safe. And authorities will continue that investigation as it need, and they will follow it, and they will do whatever needs to be done in concert with that particular.
That every time the Amber Alert goes.
With that particular Amber Alert. Okay, when we come back, we're gonna update everyone on this case out of North Carolina.
The Amber Alert goes out,
after
and
this
it highlights the
enlightening
success of a returned child. It also serves as a reminder of the one child that we were not able to save.
Hold on, let's run that one more time because I did not do that right. I want y'all to see the whole thing. Here we go. You're watching the Amber Today
That every time the Amber Alert goes out, and it highlights the success of a returned child, it also serves as a reminder of the one child that we were not able to save.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Whew. All right, we'll be back right after this. Okay, we are back. Thank you so very much for being here with us. You're watching the Amber Today Show. I'm your host, Pastor Charles Williams. Thank you so very much for being here with us. We couldn't do this without you, okay? And want to just say thank you for taking the time to join us here on today. No, we're going a little bit lengthy, but we've got a lot to talk about. It was a very busy, very, very busy weekend. Okay, let's dive headlong into this case out of Lumberton, North Carolina for 13-year-old Hanya Aguilera. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, she's still missing. Today marks 1 week. Today marks 1 week that Hanya went missing. In the early a.m. of last Monday, while Hanya waited for someone to come out of the house to take them to school, she was abducted while she waited. Authorities, the last really good bit of information, authorities have asked the community to please keep these images out here, not only of Hanya, but authorities released video footage of, they believe, is a suspect in the abduction of 13-year-old Hanya Aguilera. That video image, Greenwich. We're going to pull it up here. Here's some stills, and then we'll share the video. Authorities believe that this is the person that abducted 13-year-old Hanya Aguilar. They believe that this is the suspect. Looks like he's walking and casing the area to see if there is anybody else going to be watching him as he pulls off this abduction. Again, he's still casing the area, watching to see if anyone else is watching as he pulls off this abduction. Take a good look. Somebody knows this individual. Here he is again. He's walking again. He's casing the area. He's casing the area. I said it before. I'll say it again. This may be the suspect that abducted her, but I believe that there's a female that is. When we find this suspect, I think we're going to find out that there's a female involved in this case as well. I really do. I don't believe that this age of a suspect, this build of a suspect, is going to put up with a 13-year-old for now a week. I think there's a female that is going to be involved in this case in some way. I have that feeling in my gut. Here are video images I was sharing with you. You see the suspect walking? One vehicle passes. Should have seen it. Looks like he's smoking or vaping as a second vehicle passes, a third vehicle passes. Somebody saw this individual. They just didn't stand out. In just a minute, you're going to see him again. Here comes the vehicles again. There he is walking again. Another vehicle passes. Another vehicle passes. Again, authorities are asking anyone with any information to please contact them. Here's from another vantage point. Again, suspect walking, casing the house, casing, vaping. Again, looks over there, sees perhaps this child out there. Again, he's on foot, doesn't even have a car. Doesn't even have a car, y'all. Okay? Somebody knows this individual. Somebody recognized this individual and called the authorities. Let's get Hanya back. This was in the wee hours of last Monday. Today marks 1 week that this abduction took place. Anyone having any information concerning the whereabouts of 13-year-old Hanya Aguilar, you're please being asked to call area code 910-671-3845. Come on, y'all. Come on. Somebody recognizes the way the person walks, or the way he's vaping, or a person that person is normally out this time of the morning walking. Come on. Somebody saw something. And we need you to call the authorities. We need you to pick up that phone, make that call, make the difference in this case. When we come back, I'm going to share with you. I'm not going to do 2 minutes today. When we come back, I'm going to share with you today's missing children. But first, another enlightening moment right here from the Amber Today Show. You're watching the Amber Today Show.
Central Ohio's news leader. Presented in high definition, this is 10 TV News HD.
Every minute in the U.S., a child is reported missing. And since 1996, the nationwide Amber Alert system has been helping to find them. A pastor who helped come up with that idea now lives here in Columbus, and he's determined that no more kids are missing for long. After the morning service at the First Church of God, there was no doubt about the message of the day.
33% of all children missing in America today are African Americans.
Pastor Charles Williams reminding parishioners of the importance of the Amber Alert. He gives Robin Mann's daughters bracelets.
One of the ways is the community can know where my children are in case something would happen. And I'm glad that we have that system here in Columbus.
We don't just have the Amber Alert system. We have the guy who thought it up.
In this particular industry, time is of the essence. Okay, you're looking at a mile a minute.
Pastor Williams lived in Dallas when 9-year-old Amber Hagerman was abducted. He called a local radio station suggesting they broadcast a missing persons report, and the Amber Alert was born.
Just a simple keychain you can take, and it flips open.
Now through his website, he offers promotional Amber Alert items, from bracelets to lanyards to backpacks to keychains that hold pictures of your kids.
Keep the awareness heightened in the community. Don't let it die out. When you hear of an Amber Alert, take that few seconds to just stop, look around, and see if something doesn't look right. Chances are, if something doesn't look right, it's probably not right.
Technology has helped to upgrade the ways we see Amber Alerts around Ohio. You may have seen these lighted signs. They show you not only the information, but also images of missing children, and they've been installed in Columbus and other cities around the state. You can also sign up now to get Amber Alerts sent directly to you wirelessly. They'll be sent via text messages to your cell phone or any other wireless device.
And we'll be back right after this. Back to our last segment of the day. You're watching the Amber Today show, and we have been this is our last segment for today. Yes. As we have been over on Facebook, we did a broadcast on Facebook, did a broadcast over on Periscope, and now this is the conclusion of the journey this morning with our broadcast here on YouTube. And we're thankful for those of y'all who are joining and who are subscribing to our YouTube channel. Thank you so very much for being here. Let's see here. Looking for some right appropriate music here as we're getting ready to share with you today's missing children. You know, there are other children that did not meet, whose cases may not have met the criteria for an Amber Alert. But those children are just as important, okay? They really are. And so the children that I am preparing to share with you right now, they're coming from the Midwest, from Indiana and Illinois. We've selected 8 children's cases to bring before you on this, the 12th day of November 2018. And it starts right now. The first child is 13-year-old Ashley Hardet, 13-year-old Ashley Hardet out of Rockford, Illinois. Anyone having any information concerning 13-year-old Ashley Hardet, you've been asked to call the Rockford Police Department at area code 779-500-6457. That's area code 779-500-6457. Ashley Hardet. Next up is 15-year-old Chantel Belk. 15-year-old Chantel Belk out of Chicago, Illinois. Anyone having any information concerning the whereabouts of 15-year-old Chantel Belk, you're being asked to call area code 312-745-5206. That's area code 312-745-5206. Next up, 17-year-old Gabrielle Kerwin. 17-year-old Gabrielle Kerwin out of North Chicago, Illinois. Anyone having any information concerning the whereabouts of 17-year-old Gabrielle Kerwin, you're being asked to call area code 847-596-8774. That's area code 847-596-8774. Next up is 16-year-old Lavette Harper. 16-year-old Lavette Harper out of Indianapolis, Indiana. Anyone having any information concerning 16-year-old Lavette Harper, you're being asked to call area code 317-327-3811. That's area code 317-327-3811. Next up is 15-year-old Madison McDaniel. 15-year-old Madison McDaniel out of Muncie, Indiana. Anyone having any information concerning Madison, you're being asked to call area code 747-4838. Madison McDaniel, Muncie, Indiana. Next up, 17-year-old Penny Edmonds. 17-year-old Penny Edmonds out of Hammond, Indiana. Anyone with any information concerning the whereabouts of 17-year-old Penny Edmonds, you're being asked to call area code 219-660-0000. That's area code 219-660-0000. Next up, 16-year-old Marissa Drummond. That's 16-year-old Marissa Drummond out of Terre Haute, Indiana. Anyone having any information concerning this 16-year-old girl, you're being asked to call area code 812-238-1661. Again, that's area code 812-238-1661. And the last one, the only brother of the bunch today, 17-year-old Marcus Hurt. 17-year-old Marcus Hurt out of Bloomington, Illinois. Anyone having any information concerning the whereabouts of 17-year-old Marcus Hurt, you're being asked to call the Lysol Police Department in Lysol, Illinois. Phone number is area code 630-271-4200. That's area code 630-271-4200. And ladies and gentlemen, that brings to a conclusion today's broadcast of the Amber Today show. I want to thank all of you for taking the time to be here with us for the last 46 or 47 minutes to highlight these children and others, all the cases that we have highlighted on today, these families and these children are depending on your prayers. They're depending on your shares to help make a difference in the lives of these children and the families of these children that we choose to serve today. We'll see you next time right here on the Amber Today Show, produced by the Amber News Network. Thanks for being here, everybody. We'll see you next time right here from the Amber Today Show. Bye-bye now. And you're watching the Amber Today Show. I'm your host. Hope y'all have a good day, and we'll see you next time right here on the Amber Today Show. Bye-bye now.